What's going on, G-Ballers? Today we are taking a look at several knives that would make a fantastic EDC from $50 up to $200. I'm going to have a little something for everyone today. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what your EDC is for today. We're going to kick the video off with the Concept Thunderhead. Now this knife is available, and I'll have links to this knife and the rest of the knives you see in today's video down in the description. Any discount codes will be down there along with the links. Now the Thunderhead here is going to come in right around $200 depending on the version you're looking at, but I do have a 10% discount code for Concept's website, so that'll help you save a little bit of money there. We are going to be looking at a satin finished S35VN modified sheep's foot blade. Definitely a utility driven blade, about 3.6 inches. That makes this a very good size. We have a cutout and front flipper for the deployment. A good size in my opinion anyway. And then we have a titanium handle and carbon fiber inlays on both sides. Titanium for the pocket clip and backspacer, and I believe that pocket clip is fully reversible, making this good for lefties and righties both to carry it. And we have great access to that liner there, and we have a beautiful ting almost every time you open this knife up. It is an awesome thing to hear. This is a really cool design, one of my favorite concepts of 2025. Next up, we're taking a look at a new Kaiser for September. This is called the Kaiser Raise. This is going to come in around $189, and spoiler alert, this is a phenomenal deal on this knife for a brand new knife in these materials. We're going to be looking at S45VN for the steel. This has a matte DLC finish on it. We are going to be looking at a cutout and a front flipper for the deployment here. The detent is tuned beautifully on this knife. It is a liner lock, but man, that has incredible action. Almost feels it just, that is about as perfect as you can get it right there. Great job on the front flipper there, jimped all the way up and down and over. Gives you the perfect angle and height to get a good front flip on it. We are going to be looking at titanium for the handle, backspacer, and pocket clip here. And we have these beautiful carbon fiber inlays, and that is actually a camo carbon, 80s camo carbon to be exact. So for all that, for about $189, that is a great deal on a brand new knife in those materials. Next up, let's drop it down a little bit and we'll take a look at the CJRB Nanner here. These are going to come in right around the $45 price point. We're going to be looking at RPM 9 steel. We have that Persian style blade, and it's called the Nanner because it looks like a banana. We have studs and a front flipper for the deployment on this fella here. We are going to be looking at their crossbar lock, which CJRB and Artisan do very well. We have textured G10 here, and then we have recessed steel liners in there. We have a deep carry clip. It is going to be reversible. And we have a nice little mid-length backspacer there, which really adds to the ergos of this knife. It just fits beautifully in my hand at least, and this is definitely going to poke and slice very well as that Persian will. If you don't have experience with a Persian blade and you want to give one a try, this is definitely an excellent option because of how low that tip stays on this Persian blade and how the handle is designed to be up above it. It just works out perfectly and keeps this knife still very utilitarian, solid price, and a solid design from CJRB. Now this one here I'm tossing in at the last moment, but because I've had a lot of people ask me about it in various shorts and from the original unboxing, this is the Hytron Edge Play in gold. We're going to be looking at about $257 for this knife. Now, Hytron does often have certain sales that'll knock a big chunk off. So, you know, if this is something you are interested in, I would recommend waiting until they have maybe a sale going on, unless you're just absolutely in love with this knife. But we are going to be looking at a copper Damascus steel. Now, what the base is, I don't know for certain. I'm waiting to hear back. I just recently asked them, and it should be sometime here within the next day or two. I would assume that I'll hear back from them. But I've heard it's M390. I don't know, though. Like I said, we're going to be looking at about 6.3 overall on this knife with 2.64 inches of cutting edge on that sheep split blade. We are going to be looking at dual thumb studs for the deployment here, and this does have a crossbar lock. Full titanium handle, and we do have a fidget built into the bottom of the handle here. More of a spinner fidget. We do have a milled titanium clip that is going to be right hand carry only, and I've always thought since the unboxing that is the formation of the Predator triangle, and that is what I'm going to stick with. You can let me know what you think down in the comments. We have their logo there on the pivot. This is a really cool knife, really unique knife. It's very loud. A lot of people like this type of thing, and if you do, it is well done. But like I said, or if you want, some answers on the blade steel, I'll be doing a video on that in the future here once I get some clarification. Next up, we have the Gavco Leopard coming from Vosteed. This knife's going to come in around 250 bucks, and I can't believe these are actually still in stock. There's actually at least one, this version, and maybe one other one that are still in stock. Now, it does say low stock for both. When does that low stock pop up? I don't know that. I don't know how many. It doesn't say that exactly. But we are going to be looking at about 3.4 inches of M390. Beautiful modified sheep's foot blade here. We are looking at a cutout for the deployment. This has a very sleek aesthetic to it. We are going to be looking at a titanium handle, and this is their button compression top liner lock here. And then we have a milled titanium pocket clip here that is going to be right hand carry only. This is an awesome, awesome knife. I don't know if people just don't know this knife is in stock, or if it's not as popular as maybe I think that it should be, or people just don't know that it's there. I don't know what the deal is, but this knife is awesome, and a lot of Vosteeds will sell out, and I expect these to be gone at some point, and they probably, my guess is they won't return in this type of form. Next up, we have the Real Steel Hugin Compact here, and this bad boy is going to come in around 55 bucks. We're going to be looking at a stonewashed VG10 blade, about 3.1, 3.2 inches there of total blade. We're going to be looking at 4 inches of handle, so about 7.2 overall for the compact. There also is a normal Hugin, which is quite a bit bigger. We are going to be looking at dual thumb studs for the deployment. Real Steel is done by SRM, and SRM does a phenomenal job on their knives and the quality at which they put them out. We are looking at micarta here for the handle material and backspacer. We have recessed steel liners in there and a deep carry wire pocket clip that is reversible. That makes this an ambidextrous knife all the way around. This is just a solid kind of secondary backup fifth pocket knife that's not going to break the bank, but you're going to get quite a bit for your money here. This one's for my more traditional fans out there. This is the new traditional pocket knives Sugar Maple Jack, and hopefully I am timing this just right. These knives should be available when you are seeing this video. Now, we are going to be looking at a price tag of 120 bucks for this slip joint. We're looking at QSP for the OEM of this knife. If you're not familiar, QSP does a phenomenal job with their knives and a phenomenal job with their slip joints as well. We're going to be looking at a sheep's foot blade in 154 cm. Nice satin finish there. Great utility blade shape and a great shape for a slip joint. We are going to be looking at full polished steel liners here, and then we have crystallized titanium for the inlays, purple crystallized titanium, and there are a couple different versions. I believe they all come in at 120. The other three is brown, red, and regular, brown and red smooth bone, and then, or blue smooth bone, red saw cut bone, and then stag, plus the crystallized tie. So a lot of really nice versions. I enjoy slip joints. I'm not like some insane traditional expert or anything like that, but I love slip joints. I enjoy them. I really like the fact that they have an enclosed backside, much like a full-length backspacer would give you, and they're just really cool, and they've been around forever for a reason. It's because they just work. The fit and the finish on these, though, is going to be exceptional. Everything is fit very well, flush, even, rounded, machined, all that very well, and you're going to get incredibly good feeling. Walk and talk, that is the open and closing talk there. That is how good the action is around the pivot, and it just gives you a very satisfying open and close for a slip joint. For the fidgeters out there, it is definitely something you could get used to. It's got the nice pops, it's got the good feeling from half to open and vice versa. Just a very solid slip joint, and if you've been looking for a more premium ended slip joint that isn't going to cost $150 plus or $200 plus, this is easily one of my top recommendations. The others would be some other various QSP slip joints. Next up, we're going to be looking at one of my favorite budget knives of all time. This is the Miguron Valona here, the M version. Going to come in right around $50 depending on the variant you're looking at. This is going to come with this really dark wash 14C28N drop point blade. It has a crown spine, which is a really nice touch on a $50 knife. We are looking at a fuller and a rear flipper for the deployment, and it is very, very good. Exactly what you would want. You can use that fuller on both sides for thumb and reverse flick. You could even kind of pinch roll it out if your little heart desires. The rear flipper done very well, and that is because the design is proper, yes, but the detent is tuned perfectly. We are looking at micarta here for the handle material. We have steel liners, nice and thick steel liners, G10 backspacer, and the cherry on top is going to be that milled titanium pocket clip, and that is going to be reversible for lefties. So Miguron here really hitting a grand slam. Not just a home run, but it's a grand slam for $50. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the version 3 Daily Carry Co. Parachute AI, or as it used to be called, the AI Slide. I think they still call it that, but the Parachute AI here going to come in about $107. After my discount code, we are going to be looking at 14C28N here. We have this beautiful Tanto blade, and it's designed with the intention of being a more robust blade. It is, meant for getting out if your parachute is failing and being able to cut through whatever you need to. That's why you have this more robust stock here and this type of blade, and it fits very well in this knife in my opinion. They have a bunch of different colors now with the V3s. You can get blue, green, black, orange, and I believe they have raw aluminum as well. And we have a milled titanium pocket clip that is reversible, and we have earth magnets inside. That is what keeps this handle closed. It isn't until you initiate, a pretty good deal of force in order to get that to open up. It's not just going to willy-nilly open up in your hand, as you can see here from the other side. That's not just going to fall open, but if you give it a little something, it will. Or you can push that little ledge, and that'll just kick it out for you also, or just push on the spine of the blade. Parachute or gravity knives are really cool, and usually they're very expensive, from the ones that are out there. And I think Daily Carry Co. really hit a hole in the market with this particular knife, because there isn't really a whole lot of options for gravity knives that are under $150. And this really does a good job at filling that hole. Next up, we're taking a look at the Remet Kestrel here, and this is a little different than what Remet usually offers out. These are going to come in after my discount in the mid 230s, depending on the variation that you're looking at. They do have one or two that are much more expensive. We are going to be looking at 7.5 inches overall, about 2.8, 2.9 inches of actual cutting edge in S35VN, done 60 to 62. Nice satin finish on this feller. We have a dual stud setup and rear flipper here. The detent is tuned perfectly. I mean, you can get a beautiful wind up on those studs and that flipper. Another thing is, I want to say again, this has a beautiful satin finish to it. Out in the light yesterday, out in the sun, this thing just gleamed like a diamond. We have a titanium handle here. It's sculpted very well. We do have titanium accents with the pocket clip and backspacer here. Hidden lanyard post. We do have carbon fiber inlays on both sides, and they come in a variety of different versions with different carbon fibers. This one is Nebula fat carbon fiber here, if I remember correctly. But like I said, they have other ones and other finishes. But this is a great premium utility knife if you're looking in that price range. Very well done from Remet. They have done a spectacular job since very early 2024. Next up, we're looking at one of the biggest surprises to me personally, probably this year. This is the Katuo Telson here. Now, this isn't a new Katuo. It's a new Katuo to me, or newer, I should say. These are going to come in about $285, but just hold on there. Hold on. Hold on. About $285. We're looking at M390 here on this nice sheep's foot style blade, modified sheep's foot blade. We do have a cutout and rear flipper for the deployment, and they all work as intended. That's more of an aesthetic thing there, but it can be used on both sides. As long as you have a little bit of skill, you can kick it out no problem. We're looking at a full titanium handle, backspacer, and a pocket clip, along with all the hardware and the pivot collars. And the 285 sounds like what? But that is 2 slabs of zirconium there. That is freaking awesome. And to get 2, zirconium is expensive. I have bought quite a bit of aftermarket zirconium and zircuti and Damascus and all of it. And zirconium is very pricey, even for, you know, maybe like a little pocket clip or some hardware. Like, it is expensive. Some pivot collars in zirconium, they are expensive. So these 2 slabs, and they're good slabs, guys and gals. They're not just like they're thin, but for a handle, that's like half the handle right there. That is a hell of a chunk of zirconium there. At first, I thought this was titanium in the unboxing, and when I went over to the website, I realized it's freaking zirconium, which really changes up the game. And at $285, I am not mad at that price. You know, to get this type of knife, everything is really well done. Comes in about 4 ounces. We are looking at 4.65 of handle length there, and about 3.7 on the blade length. So it's a very good size. It's laid out nicely, and I always say when we're talking about a Katuo or a Reich, if you haven't been over to their website, I highly recommend going and checking them out. They have one of the coolest catalogs when it comes to knives and EDC gear, like lighters, pens, pry bars, all that stuff. They have a lot of it, and it is some of the best stuff that I have handled, and they have a lot of cool knife designs as well. I look forward to hearing from you. What was your favorite knife from today's video? Let me know. Which one would you add to your collection? Don't Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people. I truly appreciate all of you who do that. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy knives and EDC, you're in the right place. Make sure you're subscribed because I release videos like this every single day. I'd love to have you here. I'm going to pop a couple of new videos up. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I will catch you on the next one.